Hello there, Chris Benson's here, and welcome to the director's cut of part one of the Now One Marathon with myself and Paul Coates Black. So I've gone back, kind of refreshed the titles. I think it looks more polished. There's a bit more trivia in there as well. I hope you like it, and more episodes to come. Now, this was originally recorded on the 10th of May 2021.
Oh, I've got
right. I'm on the Kindle. Is this light okay?
It looks good. You look stunning.
Thank you, darling.
And not only was it an opportunity to record this for the radio, various radio stations have played it, including St. Luke's Sound in Bradford and Chippenham Hospital Radio, which deserve a mention because they played all 3 hours of it back to back, which was fantastic. But it was also a chance for me to catch up with Paul as well, because we weren't meeting up at that time. We weren't allowed. So Zoom provided that opportunity for us to kind of see each other. It was brilliant.
Yeah, are you all right though? Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad.
I've forgotten how much work goes into a radio show.
I've dragged you out.
It's 2 hours, so you just turn up at the studio and it's done, don't they? They don't realise the hours of prep that goes into it.
Play random stuff. I know. I just thought it was some a bit, I know they've done it on like telling stuff, but I just thought, it's such an easy thing that you can do and talk about it and stuff. I thought, Joe, there's an idea there, and who better than to ask than you?
Thank you, sir.
If you want to listen to the full Now One radio shows with all of the songs that you'll hear us talking about, you can go to www.mixcloud.com/Chris C. Benson. And all 3 hours are there for you to enjoy.
Hello there. Welcome to a very special show here on St. Luke's Sound, where we're playing the entirety of Now That's What I Call Music from 1983 in order, as it came out on the LP. No annoying DJs talking over the top of it. All 30 tracks. And I'm joined, I brought him out of retirement from his days at Hospital Radio in Scunthorpe. I've got Paul Coates Black. Hello, Paul.
Good afternoon, Chris. Thanks for asking me along to join you on this afternoon show, and good afternoon to everyone out there on Luke Sound who's listening today. It is a pleasure to be doing this again. It's been a long time, as you say. I spent about 5 years at Scunthorpe Hospital Radio. That was over 10 years ago. So I left about 10 years ago now. So it is great to be involved again and doing this. So
I mean,
it may lead to more.
Exactly. And St. Luke's have already said they want a second, which you can listen out for a talk at August Bank Holiday. Now, when did you first become aware then, Paul, of the Now albums?
Right, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. So
go on then.
As you said, the first Now album came out in 1983. It came out the 28th of November, 83.
Right.
I was just over 10 at that point. Right. How old were you then? When was your birthday?
I was 1 because I would have been 2 on the 23rd of December, 1983. So I definitely didn't have the first album.
Yeah, so when that first album came out, being 10 years old, I was probably recording songs off the charts at that point. But, you'd sit there with your top 40 playing and you'd got your fingers on the play and record, ready to hit them after the annoying DJ has stopped talking, so you just got the song playing. So I was probably doing that. But the first Now album that, having looked through, that I recall buying was, and I'm going to hold it up now, which I know for radio doesn't work very well, but you are going to share this on your YouTube stream, I believe, Chris.
Yes.
So it will work for that benefit. The first one I bought on double cassette was Now 10.
Oh, which is a great one. Which one of my favourite tracks off there is Hourglass by Squeeze. I love that track. But it's 1987, I think, wasn't it?
It was 1987, featuring Squeeze, as you say, Hourglass, Barcelona, Freddie Montserrat, Caballé, ABC, When Smokey Sings, Fairy Tale in New York, The Pogues, the Christmas massive song, Cliff Richard's on there, My Pretty One, Kiss, Crazy Crazy Nights. So a good mix of songs, as became the standard from the very beginning for the Now albums.
So with these reissues that have been coming out now, you're kind of going back to get the ones that you effectively missed at the time.
Yeah. So I have on CD Now One all the way up to now 100.
That is impressive.
I guess I initially started collecting them back in the late 80s, early 90s, and then by the mid to late 90s, I'd started doing some DJing, and the now compilations prove a good way to sort of go to them and get the current tracks, because I couldn't afford to be buying music all the time, but keep buying the singles because I wasn't doing discos that frequently. So it kept me up to date by buying these 3 times a year as they were coming out at that point. I think it's dropped down to twice a year now, but that inevitably became a big collection, and I had to stop at 100 because, well, I don't know about you, but it had been a long time since I'd looked at the CD and said, I know all the tracks on that album. So there hasn't been an album for a number of years that I would actually sort of turn back and listen to. If I'm going to listen to any of them again, I always tend to go back to the 80s ones, and those first sort of 16 or 17 albums